Hey everyone, Timmy Trico coming at you again yet with another movie review. Today I'm reviewing one of my favorite classic films from the 1970s. This film was made in 1979, and the film I'm reviewing today is The Warriors. This film was released on February 9th, 1979. It is a action thriller film that received positive reviews with critics. It currently holds a 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 93% on Google. This film had a $4 million budget and it made $22.5 million at the box office, which was huge in 1979. This film was directed and written by Walter Hill, who also did 48 Hours, and is also co-written by David Shaber, and it is based on the 1965 book of the same name. And this film stars Michael Beck, James Remar, Dorsey Wright, David Harris, Thomas G. Waits, and David Patrick Kelly. And this film is about the main gang in this film is the Warriors. All these gangs are summoned to one spot to basically have a truce. And when they all get there, there's 9 delegates from each gang, and there's over 100 gangs at this meeting. And the main gang that runs the city, which is the biggest, baddest gang in the city, their leader is giving a speech about how they could take over the streets and all this. And the one rule they had is no one could bring weapons or anything like that. Well, it just so happens that someone gets shot, and one gang pins it on the Warriors, who then have to fight for survival to get back to Coney Island, where they're from. And they have to take so many trains and battle through so many different kinds of gangs, and they even have to take on a female gang, which is pretty badass too. They're called the Lizzies. But you meet the Baseball Furies, the Orphans, a lot of different gangs, guys on roller skates, and but there's a lot of great fight scenes in this film, especially in the third act. The fight scene in the men's bathroom is freaking awesome. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the film, but it's an older film, so definitely check this film out. The characters in this film are fantastic. My favorite is Ajax, played by James Remar. You know him. He starred in 48 Hours. He was one of the bad guys in that film, trying to get at Reggie Hammond, who's played by Eddie Murphy in that film. And then I love Cochise, the Fox. Swan is the leader of the Warriors after their leader is basically captured and ultimately killed. And Luther is the leader of another gang. You know him, David Patrick Kelly. He was Luther in 48 Hours as well, and he was in The Longest Yard remake and a lot of other films. He's really good as well. But I really enjoyed this film. The action, the fighting scenes are phenomenal. I love the different gangs in this film. If you watch my review for The Wanderers, this is basically kind of the same thing. The Wanderers came out later in 1979. In my opinion, The Wanderers is a little bit better than this film, but I love both these films the same. I believe they have the same Rotten Tomatoes score as well. And they did pretty same numbers, familiar numbers at the box office too. But nonetheless, The Warriors is a fantastic ride from getting together with all these gangs and then having to fight their way back and survive a night to get back to Coney Island. And there is a small, very small cameo by a very young Deborah Winger in this film in the third act. She's one of the people dressed for prom that get on the train with the Warriors. Uh, she don't have no lines or anything, but she's in there, and that was one of her, I believe, first small non-speaking role. But nevertheless, this film is fun. Like I said, it's action-packed. There's a lot of heads that get busted, and a lot of things happen to this gang trying to get back to Coney Island. And it's about an hour and 35 minutes, but it flies by. It's just nonstop. And yes, I highly recommend checking out The Warriors if you have not seen the film. It is freaking awesome. Again, Walter Hill does a great job with this film. And I'm really surprised that they haven't remade this film already. But nonetheless, it still holds up today. It's a great film. I watch it all the time when there's nothing else on, especially. It's just a great film. And definitely check it out. Definitely check out The Warriors. Another film I'll be reviewing here shortly will be The Outsiders. That is another great film that involves gangs. And that one came out a little bit later, in 1983. But nonetheless, this film, The Warriors, is great. So yeah, give it a look-see, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed with that film. And or The Wanderers, if you can find that film as well. The Warriors, you should be able to find on Netflix, Xfinity On Demand, if you have your Comcast. You should be able to find The Wanderers too, at least to purchase on FamilyVideo.com or Amazon, or whatever you use. But with that being said, of course, I'm going to give The Warriors a 10 out of 10. I love this film. It's one of my favorites growing up. And yeah, check it out. You won't be disappointed. So that was my review for The Warriors. So in the comment section below, if you've seen this film, give me your thoughts and opinions. And what is your favorite film out of the three that I have mentioned? The Warriors, The Wanderers, or The Outsiders? Which one is your favorite of the three? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, mine, I will lean towards to The Wanderers. But I love all three films. They're fantastic. They have great casts in all three films. So, other than that, I thank you for watching this movie review. And I'll see you guys next time on the next movie review. Check you later.